Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin' Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, what a cast! Poppy Tooker, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hey, Miss Poppy.
Hey, Peggy.
Author and James Beard Award winner from Brooklyn, Jessica Harris, also a sometime New Orleanian.
Hello.
Good to see you. Hi. And she'll
Good to be seen.
It's great to see you. And she'll be telling us about the historic New Orleans Collection's food forum being held this weekend. Glad to see you, Jessica. Yay. Former council member at large, Jackie Clarkson.
Hello.
And she is serving, hello, with the beads in the background. It looks great. She's the Grand Marshal for this weekend's Algiers Mardi Gras Fest. Hey, Jackie. Hello.
Hi.
Hi there. And Haley Rose Hampton. Haley, what a presence. Co-captain of, guess what, the Weather Girl. She's in her little yellow slicker. And they're going to be marching in the Krewe Delusion. Welcome, dear. Also with us, of course, Alan Smason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News and theatercriticism.com. Hi, Alan.
Glad to be here.
Poppy, we have restaurant news from Ferret Street.
Well, you know, Peggy, it's that time of year when we all need a little help in the kitchen. And I just wanted to remind everybody about JACQUELYN Kitchen. Now, that, of course, is the project of Bob Jacquevone, who us old New Orleanians will remember from before Katrina at that fabulous cuvee. Well, he opened up that little spot on Ferret Street in 2017. And of course, he had terrible roof damage, etc., from Hurricane Ida. So he and his wife, Joanna, have just gotten the place back open again. And the food, oh my goodness, there's grab-and-go soup, salads, and sandwiches, but how about some of Bob's house-made fresh pastas with wild mushroom and ricotta made into ravioli? How about, this is what I want, the slow braised short rib with roasted Brussels sprouts. Bob is ready to start doing dinner parties again soon with 5-course tasting menus for up to 8 people. And they're there from Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 7 and Friday to Saturday. And Bob says, call him up and place your order and give him a pickup time. Now, the next crop of New Orleans great chefs and bakers is about to graduate from THNOC. Their winter class of 22 is going to graduate. And so right now they are doing their Hearth pop-up cafe and bar through February 22nd. It's a la carte lunch service on Mondays and Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. The menu is fabulous. There's risottos, seafood stew, game bird soup. How about for dessert some chai tea cheesecake with pears, bourbon, and maple? 100% of the proceeds goes towards the THNOC scholarship program. Most of the students are there on scholarship, and that's what is just so important for the future of New Orleans. And then, last of all, I don't remember anybody offering to do this before, but No Laborde wants to bring your crew boxed lunch delivered straight to your float. And so call Ann Lloyd. She's ready to cater your Mardi Gras party, too, with shrimp platters and cheese and sausage boards and full dinners like andouille and chicken gumbo and shrimp creole. Let Ann do the cooking for you.
That's a good idea, Poppy. Isn't it funny? I haven't
Deliver
thought of that
to your
before.
float. Isn't that a brilliant idea?
Thank you so much. And over to Alan with a lot of history in JPAS's current
Absolutely, absolutely. The Jefferson Performing Arts Society's artistic director, Dennis Asaf, made the announcement before curtain that some people had considered his company a white company, but he wanted everybody to know that that complaint is not justified, that there is a lot of inclusivity and diversity, and he went on to say that everybody who helped make this this production is a good example of what they're doing out at JPAS, where Fly is being performed. Fly is essentially the story of the Tuskegee Airmen, and it's directed by Tommy Myrick. Tommy Myrick is the director. The heroic Tuskegee Airmen, who were the first black pilots permitted to fly as part of the U.S. Army Air Corps. Now, choreographer Donald Jones, who you'll see there, he also doubles as a pilot. It's a small but talented cast. They do an excellent job of assuming the lives of these black candidates for the attempt to be pilots. And some of them, of course, course, drum out. Some of them don't. Again, there's a number of people in the cast. Jamez Alexander, as Chet Simpkins, talks about himself as an older American, being at the inauguration of Barack Obama, and then reflecting on his younger days at Tuskegee. So he plays both a younger man and an older man. Atlantis Clay and Michael C. Force portray the other pilots doing their job while training. And again, Captain O'Hurley is played by Michael John Smith, who himself was a captain in the Marines. He's their trainer, not exactly in love with the idea of black pilots. Another essential member of this team is L.G. Williams. He's the tap griot, and his tapping and occasionally him bursting in his song comes throughout the piece. It's a really beautifully done rendered piece. Sean Malley and Marcus Roberts also play white bomber pilots, etc., who credit the airmen with saving their missions. One side note, at the beginning of the show, Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Black National Anthem is sung, and there's several images, etc., that basically bring out the horrors of the slavery experience and the black experience in the United States. But this is not a black show. It is an American show. Everybody should see it. Meanwhile, the student production of Stupid Blank Bird is finishing its run tomorrow night and Saturday night at UNO. It's an adaptation of the Chekhov play, The Seagull, a Russian play noted for its characters who live dismal and pathetic lives. Aaron Brewer there is Gregorian, a playwright who has a wandering eye, and that's right there Rachel Morris, who plays the fading actress Emma, his lover. Emma's trying to keep Gregorian faithful, but he's intent on having an affair with an up-and-coming actress, Nina, and you'll see her in a little bit, but here is the lady who is the star of the show, is my opinion, Reagan Rosas, and she delivers one of the best performances. She's hopelessly in love with that young lady right there, Nina, as well, and driven to some very dark places as Nina and Gregorian ensue into an affair. Particularly in Act 2, Reagan takes her character to a very fine level of acting. Her work builds very slowly, almost in layers, so that by the play's end, she's intense and mesmerizing. Margaret Tonra directed this piece with Kalo Gao serving as a choreographer, as Nina's brother and Khan's uncle, Russell Leak, also plays another tormented soul. Rounding out the cast are Sophia Opria, who plays the ukulele and sings, and Casey Sims, who you see there acting as her love interest. That's Stupid Bird at the UNO Robert Nims Theater, and it'll play there for the final night on Saturday. And don't forget, people, everybody, tonight is opening night for Frozen, and you'll be able to see that at the Sanger Theater for the next few days until February the 20th. Check that out.
All right, thank you so much. And over to Jessica. Jessica, the
Wow.
historic I know it's a lot of stuff. The Historic New Orleans Collection has been doing for many years now this forum, an annual food forum, usually in person, and this one gets to be in person this weekend. Tell us about it.
It does. But I mean, I think the thing that's so amazing about the Food Forum is we've done it for almost a decade. We've touched on so many different things, ranging from pralines to coffee. And now we decided that since everybody is kind of aching to be back to what was the old normal, Lord only knows what the new normal is going to be, but we're trying to talk about celebrating the seasons, the kind of things that you think about, that you remember, that you want to get back to. So we've divided it. Instead of having just one forum, we're having 4 this year. And this weekend, we're having the second of them. The first one was tailgating and sort of street food, all of the things that you eat when you're watching a second line parade and stuff like that. This one, we're looking at the season. So it's king cake and banchong. And so we are looking at the king cake. Obviously, everybody is having a king cake somewhere. I'm the only one that's not having one, but I'm hoping someone will send me one. And we're looking at the Vietnamese festival of Tet. So what we have is we have Matt Haines, who is going to come and talk about his, I've heard the term a weighty tome. It's a weighty tome.
It's
So
like
we've
3
got
pounds.
Matt Haines talking about his big book, and it really is a big book of king cake. The stories and bakers behind New Orleans' sweetest traditions. And it's got beautiful photographs by Randy Krauss-Schmidt, and he'll be talking about king cake, the tradition of king cake, how it works, what it is, and maybe a little something about king cake babies. I used to collect them, but my motto, as some of you know, is if it collects dust, I collect it. So the king cake babies are currently collecting dust. But after that, we're going to move on to the Vietnamese holiday of Tết. Now, the interesting thing about Tết is for certain people of an age, it means other things. We realize that it's a Vietnamese holiday, and some of us don't even know that, but it's the celebration of New Year. And so the thing that's so wonderful is we're going to celebrate Tết. We're going to, first of all, look at, we see the fireworks, some of the Tết fireworks with the lion dancers in New Orleans, but we're also going to look at a film, Mary Queen of Vietnam, which is a glorious film about the Vietnamese in New Orleans. And it was done by Bao Nho and Glenn Petrie. And we're going to see that film with some conversation with the filmmaker. And that's going to be fun. And then following that, we're going to have some conversation with Denise Tran, who was actually born in Saigon, came to New Orleans, was raised in the East, and then followed her heart and her food to San Francisco, where she now is the CEO of a spot called Bun Me that specializes in, I guess you can figure out what. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to come and see and listen to her. And then following that, we're going to talk a little bit about the Vietnamese, the wonderful, incredible importance that the Vietnamese have had in New Orleans, how the city has benefited.
Absolutely.
So
we should point.
We've got celebration.
Absolutely. I just wanted to remind everybody, no, excuse me. I just wanted to remind everybody that it's in a different venue from what you might expect. It's at the Broad Theater.
Exactly.
Yes. And so, of course, on Broad, very easily located because they are showing, the documentary as well. So I think that's a great idea to have it elsewhere, too, But,
right.
Jessica, what a great idea to put Tết and Mardi Gras together.
Well, absolutely. They can fit together well, and hopefully they will, and we'll know because there's a meet and greet and a tasting of, guess what? King cakes and some Vietnamese food afterwards.
Well, thank you so much for visiting with us. We're glad to see you. I look forward to seeing you in person.
Thank you.
And moving over to Jackie. And Jackie, I know Algiers is near and dear to your heart.
Yes, indeed.
And at 10 a.m., you'll be opening up this wonderful festival. Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, I'm very honored to be the Grand Marshal. And it's the Algiers Mardi Gras Fest this Saturday, February 12th, at Federal City in Algiers. The entrance is at General Meyer and Shirley Drive. And it's going to be first a parade that starts at L.B. Landry Walker High School. And we'll have the Marine Band. When you get to Federal City, there'll be the Marine Band. And there'll be some presentations. And it's going to have lots of booths of great food. And it's going to be a festival, a real festival, and very Mardi Gras, very cultural, to celebrate the cultural diversity of what Algiers has stood for. Algiers is the second oldest part of the city of New Orleans, and we've always been proud to celebrate the diversity of Algiers. And this highlights it, and it's very Mardi Gras, and it's a great, safe place to come see Mardi Gras. And so this Saturday at 9 o'clock, you can see the parade at Landry Walker High School, or you can see the festival. You can see the parade enter the festival at Federal City, and at Federal City you can also see the Marine Band. You can see Kermit Ruffins.
Yeah, Jackie, I love all of these different bands throughout the day. But one of the best deals in town is that it's free. You can certainly
Absolutely.
Enjoy
Thank
going
you
to
for
the
saying
vendors.
that. I take it for granted, and I should say
but
it's
food
free.
and drink and arts, you can spend money with them, of course.
Yes.
But it's what a deal! All these concerts.
And there's food to buy if you want to,
Yeah,
and take home
yeah.
some delicious food. But there'll be bands. Will be Kermit Ruffin, the New Orleans Nightcrawlers,
Yeah.
Tanya Boyd Cannon, and the Brassaholics. I mean, does it get any better than that? And so it's going to be very New Orleans, which Algiers is. And we're so proud to do this, and we're so proud of the organization that started this and brought back Mardi Gras to Algiers.
So you're going to kick it off. You're actually, in the morning, you're going to say a few words around 10 o'clock or so.
Yes.
Oh, we have to point out, Kylie Fisher is the
Yes,
artist. She's a
she
yoga
won the
student.
poster.
Isn't that cute?
She won the poster competition. She's a public school student, and she got a scholarship to college for that poster.
that
And
is
that's what this group's doing. They're making sure we sustain the arts in the public schools.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And, everybody loves you, Jackie. It's so great to see you.
It's so great to be
I know
here.
your dad started Nord, which is so near and dear to
Yes.
my heart, with Nord Theater and so many
Yes.
other things. And you said Patty's keeping pretty busy too, huh? Been
She's
doing
done
some
3 movies. She has a television series that's on. She just never stops.
Okay. Well, you don't either, and we're glad. Great to see you. Thank you. And now moving over to It's Raining. Wait a minute. We know that song. We love that song. But Haley, this is so much fun. Tell us about the Weather Girls, girl.
The Weather Girls are a dance crew, and we will be making our debut this Saturday in Krewe Delusion. We all have raincoats and umbrellas that we're dancing with, and to a totally weather-themed playlist.
Well, we've got some photos of you all, but
Okay.
also of some of the other crews, but we, of course, would be remiss without saying that the King Goliath, the king of Krewe Delusion, which follows, of course, the Krewe De Vue on Saturday night, is Benny Jones, and the founder of Dirty Dozen, also, of course, the head of Treme Brass Band. So he's leading you all. But the Weather Girls will be there. Look, and this is
There
before
we
your
are.
slickers, right here. There they are. And what a cute idea. Who came up with the idea?
It was a group of us back. Oh, there we are. So fun. A group of us went to Loyola, and we were in like a lip syncing choreography competition and that we won, and it was all weather themed songs, and we had umbrellas. So we thought, that would be a great idea for a dance crew. It's been really fun.
It's so fun, and it's amazing the variety of the other crews. It's like sub-crews, just like Krewe De Vue, have their own names, and they march. So we've got the Krewe De Jew, and they give out spray-painted bagels. I've had like some gold bagels, So that's great fun. So you probably get to see a lot of people you already know in these other crews. The Krewe De Mayahuel. And of course the Trashformers.
Those are my favorite.
They're usually at the end of the parade, as I recall last time, because they're picking up trash along the way. God bless them. But going to be gathering at 7:15. Yes, at Royal and Franklin. krewedelusion.org. Now, tell us what you do in your day job.
I work for New Orleans Public Library. I'm a children's librarian.
Well, how much fun must that be, huh?
It is, yeah, it's a blast.
The cuteness quotient must be very, very high, I would think. Well, I'm glad that you're here. I hope you have a lot of fun. Take lots of pictures, too, so we can see them.
We're so excited. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, of course. And moving back over to Poppy for a minute.
The king cake obsession continues, Peggy, and there is a new place to go that's popped up. The King Cake Connection, from Where Black Nola Eats, is at the 7-3 Distilling Company on North Claiborne, Wednesdays through Saturdays. These are all Black-owned bakeries like Anointed Confections and Viola's Heritage Bread, Heavenly Sweets Bakery. There's pralines, chocolate-covered popcorn. It's really a very wonderful idea. Of course, these are all Black-owned bakeries. And look at that little king cake baby. So stop by and you can pick up all sorts of things. And
that's
of
right
course,
off Canal, not 3 blocks off Canal.
Yeah, right there on North Claiborne. And there's lots of delicious things to drink there, too. I never saw a king cake brick before. I just had to show this. But you know, Peggy, you know how I love king cake. And so I've got a whole second king cake show that's going to be on Louisiana Eats, not this Saturday, but the next one. So I'm going to show you a couple of the folks that I recently interviewed. And we're going to start off with Dominique Rizzo of Celtica with his Galette du Roi. I would just like to point out that that is the original Galette du Roi that we learned about here in New Orleans when he introduced them at La Boulangerie in the year 2000. So don't miss Celtica. Go and get that galette d'oie. You'll thank me for that. But I think my favorite new friend is Patrick Bordnick, who's the Dean of Social Work at Tulane. And this man is really king cake obsessed. He rates about 50 every year with help from his 3 dogs, okay? Now, this is on Instagram. You have got to go follow Patrick and check out his Canis rating, because the dogs give it 2 paws up or 4 paws up, and he covers everything from $5 king cakes at Winn-Dixie to he's holding his favorite king cake right there. That's the Ponchatoula, at least his current favorite, from Maurice's French Pastries on Hesmer in Metairie. But I'll tell you, I could never have enough time to tell you everything about king cakes that you will learn if you just follow @Bordnick on Instagram. Trust me, you'll thank me for this.
Sounds good. Thank you. Back over to Alan.
King cake has gone to the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, Peggy, I wanted to mention the fact that, we have the New Orleans Opera Gala coming up. And of course, opera people don't normally think about, well, should we schedule it against the Superdome? Well, the Super Bowl, why not? Well, we just have it against the game. Not a great idea, but they are going to have, on Friday, they're going to have a presentation on the 11th. And of course, Robert Lyle, the maestro, is going to be leading the charge. He'll have the baton in hand. And we've got some wonderful soloists. But right there, Emily Tragle is going to be leading the cast of soloists. And we've got the other ones here as well. But, all of them, Emily is a mezzo. This is a soprano. We've got all the others who are going to be singing. Again, I would just urge everybody, if you're not busy on Friday night, or possibly, it's only going to be an hour-and-a-half long concert, the gala. So it starts at 2:30. It'll be over with at 4. I guarantee you'll be in your homes and in your seats to be able to watch the game. If that's what you want to do, go check that out. And again, I do remind everybody about that. That's going to be taking on this weekend. Again, it's important to support the arts and support the opera. Also, coming up at Le Petit, they announced finally that some of the shows that they had mentioned were going to be going. This is Marcus Gardley's The House That Will Not Stand. Loyola University did an outstanding production of this a few years ago, right before the pandemic set in. And it's set in New Orleans. It's all about the families who were the kept women and what happened when the Americans came in and how that system sort of deteriorated. It's a wonderful show. It's based on another famous play, but I recommend people go check that out. And also, of course, this week, don't forget Patti Murin of Frozen fame will be on the Seth Concert Series. It's at a different time because of the Super Bowl at 1 o'clock New Orleans time, and go check out that series as well.
All right, thank you so much, Alan. And now it's time for our Picks of the Week. Poppy!
On Saturday the 19th, SoFab is throwing a whiskey parade route party. And the admission's $20. It's 11 to 5. Of course, there'll be bathrooms, but there'll also be lots of whiskey, delicious treats. It's a great spot. It's just 3 blocks off the avenue.
All right, Jessica.
Well, I'm back on the king cake theme. I just want to remind everybody that the Historic New Orleans collection is actually a king cake hub. So if you can't find your pleasure anywhere else, the shop has an array. Go online, find the daily menu at shop_THNOC on Instagram and find your pleasure.
Oh, that's a great idea. Plus, of course, they have the little courtyard restaurant as well. But thank you so much. And Jackie.
Okay, this Saturday, February 12th, is the Algiers Mardi Gras Fest in Algiers in Federal City, corner of General Meyer and Shirley Drive.
Okay.
10 to 6, parade, bands, lots of great bands. Food.
Sounds good to me.
Booths with food and just Mardi Gras.
All right.
Very,
well, happy
very
Mardi
great
Gras
Mardi
to
Gras.
you. And moving over, of course, to Haley.
So if you want to hang out with us after the Delusion parade, our ball is at Howling Wolf. It's only $15. And of course, if you want to join or learn more about the Weather Girls, here's our email, weathergirlsnola@gmail.com. And you can find us on Instagram at weathergirlsnola as well.
Okay, great to have you with us, Haley. And Alan.
It's raining me. Hey, guys. I want to let you know, Ben Johnson's The Alchemist is going to be on for free. Go check it out. Red Bull Theater at stellartickets.com. Through February the 14th, you pay what you want, but you can see it for nothing or as little as $2. That's their cost.
All right, thank you. And my picks, looking ahead. Next Thursday, the 17th, Beauregard Kai's House presents a screening of Jason Barry's acclaimed documentary, City of a Million Dreams. He also, of course, has the book. A panel discussion, including Barry and Dr. Michael White afterwards. Go to bkhouse.org for details. New Orleans Magazine presents the podcast Mardi Gras Beyond the Beads, featuring WYES's own Errol Laborde and Biz Magazine's Rich Collins. And they talk all about Mardi Gras and interview some really interesting people. Go to Apple and Amazon podcast platforms for that. The Piety and Exile Market has lots of Mardi Gras goodies, along with costume accessories, this Saturday at the corner of Spain and St. Claude near the Healing Center. Next week, there's a full costume market there. Check their Facebook page for details. And on Sunday, starting at 4:30 p.m., T-Rex with its tiny floats. Remember the shoebox floats we all used to make? They'll start their parade at the corner of Murray and St. Roch. It's right behind St. Roch Market, and they'll cross over to St. Claude and they'll be going into Merity. Go to trexparade.com for route details. And just a reminder, if you're watching this on Thursday night, right next is Steppin' Out. It's carnival time with Arthur Hardy and Errol Laborde and me talking about Mardi Gras. And of course, please watch that and watch Steppin' Out. And don't forget Carnival Close-Up as well. That is on our Facebook page for WYES. Thank you all so very much. Glad you were here. Oh, and Jessica, High on the Hog, a second season, huh? On Netflix, right?
Yes. We haven't begun shooting it yet, but I can almost guarantee that there'll be a segment in a city that I think we know.
Oh, I'm so glad. And if you all haven't read her wonderful book about the African contribution to American cuisine, it's such a good book. And that first series was terrific. I watched it twice, Jessica. Anyway, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so very much for being with us, Jessica, and of course, Jackie. Yes, indeed, and Miss Haley and Poppy and Alan as always. Thank you for watching. Good night.
See you at the theater.
Good night.